Okay, moving along. Question 5. Question 5. Lindell made direct materials purchases of 52,000 in September and 64,000 in October. So we had 52,000 in September and 64,000 in October. And we're going to say we pay in month of purchase. So let's see, 60% of our purchases are paid in the month of purchase. So 60% times that. Make these dollar signs. And then paid in the following month. Okay, so we don't have any data that we can give in in September, but we can calculate our purchases paid in October from September. So it's 40% times the prior month's purchases. Okay, and then add another line and we'll say total cash paid in October. It's going to be that and that. 59.2. Okay, because remember, right, what we purchased is not the same as what we paid, right? Okay, that's question 5. Question 6. Crew Clothing sells women's resort casual clothing to high-end department stores and in its own retail boutiques. They expect sales for January, February, and March to be 510, 570, and 590. Okay. 20% of our sales are cash, and the remainder are collected over 2 months. During December, they sold 820, so that's nice. We got to insert a column, or we're not going to insert a whole column. We're going to insert just a couple of cells there, and we'll just shift these over without inserting a whole column. All right, so let's put in December, and our sales were 820. Okay. So our cash collected from this month's sales and from hang on. Let's do this differently. So we're going to say cash sales and then we're going to say cash collected from credit sales. No, we're not going to do that either. We're going to say cash. So we're going to say cash sales, and then we're going to say credit sales. We'll do it like we did above. And then say cash collected from this month's credit sales. And cash from last month's credit sales. Okay, there we go. We can do this now. So our cash sales are 20%. And even though we don't have to provide information from December, we may as well just do it, you know. And then our credit sales in total then are going to be 80% of your total sales each month. Pull that one across. So then our cash collected from this month's credit sales is going to be, let's see, evenly. So it's going to be half of it this month. So 0.5 times the credit sales in the current month. Right? And it's going to be, in January, it's going to be 0.5 times the credit sales from December. And I keep forgetting to put the equal sign here, which I'm sure happens to you guys too. Okay, so it's going to be half of the credit sales from December, like that. Copy that across. And now, right, we can add up. So our cash receipts are going to be, in January, they're going to be the cash sales, which is 20% of what they sold, plus the cash from this month's credit sales, plus the cash from last month's credit sales. It's going to be 634, which is correct. And we can pull those across, and those are correct. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. Garfield, the cat. Garfield expects to sell 1,100 units of its pet beds in March. And 800 units in April. Yeah. Okay, these are our units sold. Okay, and then we need to have ending inventory of 40% of the following month's sales. So ending inventory required is going to be 40% of next month's sales. Okay. But obviously we started March with some inventory on hand, right? So we're going to say less beginning inventory, which was 40% of what we were going to sell in March. Once again, I have messed up my data entry. There we go. 40% of what we're selling in March. So that means, right, that we need to purchase, okay, we need to purchase what we are going to sell plus what we need to have on hand for next month, but then we don't have to purchase the stuff that we already had on hand, so we can subtract the beginning inventory. That's going to be 980. And then our sale price, I'm sorry, not our sale price, our purchase price is $50 in my example. And so then our budgeted purchases is going to be 980 units times $50 per. 49,000, which you can see is right. This one we can't do. We'll worry about this next time. Number 8, forget about it. Okay, number 9. Shamrock Shades operates in mall kiosks throughout the southwestern United States. Shamrock produces sunglasses from, no, I'm sorry, Shamrock purchases sunglasses from bulk discounters and sells the sunglasses in the mall kiosks. So Shamrock is a merchandiser. We're budgeting, and we've got sales volume for January, February, March, and April. This is our projected sales. Of $410 in January, $490 in February, $650 in March, and $690 in April. Okay. Our desired ending inventory is 30% of the following month's cost of goods sold. And the cost of goods sold is expected to be 45% of sales. So first thing we got to do is figure out our projected cost of goods sold, which is 45% of sales, 0.45. Okay. And then and these are in dollars. Okay. So now our inventory needs, right? So in January, we have to have 30% of February's cost of goods sold. Right? So this is our ending inventory. So in January, we have to have 30% of next month's cost of goods. Okay. And in January, we began with 30% of this month's cost of goods. Oops. Okay. So then what we need, and why are we giving inventory in terms of our cost of goods sold? Because that's what it's on the books for, right? So that's what the value of our inventory is going to be. So then now our purchases required is going to be our cost of goods. So that's the value of everything that we are going to be selling, plus the inventory we have to have left at the end, minus what we started with, 195.3. And there it is. So there's that one. That was question 9. All right, and then question 10, we do the same thing. So I tell you what we're going to do. Let's take this, I'm literally doing this cold. I'm doing this on the fly. So let's take this table that we had and just see if we can sort of adjust the numbers in it without having to do a whole bunch of data entry. Right, so this is April, May, June, and July. And our sales are 190 and 160 and 280 and 60,000. Not 600,000. 60. Okay. And our projected cost of goods is 40%, not 45. Now, if I had made an input area, like I tell you guys to, this would have been even easier to do, but I'm doing this sort of the lazy way. And then our ending inventory is 50% of the following months of cost of goods sold. So we change the calculation here for the ending inventory. We replace that 30% with a 50%. So our ending inventory is 50% times the next month's cost of goods sold. Our beginning inventory, therefore, is 50% times this month's cost of goods sold. Right? And now this purchases required turns out to be correct, right? So it just recalculates for us. So that's nice. That makes life a little easier. We can turn this number 9 into a 10. And then what we have to do is create an income statement. So now we have our sales and our cost of goods sold. So let's just pick those up. All right, so what I can do is just get rid of these rows here. And I'll hide them, not get rid of them. Okay, so that gives us our gross margin, which is sales minus cost of goods. Copy that. Actually, you know what? Let's do a whole bunch more. Okay, our selling and administrative. So let's say selling variable and selling fixed. Okay, so our variable selling expenses are going to be 7%. It seems like that's the only one that's variable. So 0.07 times the sales, monthly sales. And then our fixed expense, we just got to add up all these other fixed expenses. So it's 32,000 and 3,000 and 600 and 300 and 400. And I think, yeah, that 32,000 is a typo. There we go. Okay. So our fixed selling is there. So our total selling expenses is going to be 13,300 plus the 36,300. 49. So far, so good. 49,600. So then our net operating income is going to be the gross margin minus the selling and administrative expenses. 64,400. That's right. So we can now just go ahead and copy these all the way across for May, April, May, and June. And there it is. So that, my friends, I realize it was fast, but that's how I roll in Excel. But that's what I want you to do. It's going to take you guys longer than it took me, obviously, but that's how fast it can become to do this kind of thing. And these are the kinds of little projects that are just, you know, a huge part of a manager's job. And so you just need to get flexible and comfortable in Excel and just sort of think through these things logically. So that was that, how to do homework 8.1.